it's Rana, and today I am celebrating along with Annette, who is Wayfaring Panda here on YouTube. I'm also using a sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, and I was playing along with Felicity Jane Hop that is got canceled, but Tara O'Rourke and I both used our Felicity Jane, so I will link her up below and you can see what she created with her Felicity Jane as well. I have 4 photos here, and the sketch was for a 2-page spread. I believe I showed you the sketch in the beginning. And it is a 2-page spread, and I am going to squish it into a 1-pager. I have 4 photos from my granddaughter's baby dedication at church, which was also Mother's Day. So those are the 4 photos that I'm going to be scrapping today. I have done some cutting, and I am going to try out this paper for the border that is shown in the sketch. And mine is not going to look exactly like the sketch, obviously, because I am squishing it down into one, but I tried to stay true to kind of where she had her embellishment clusters, her title, and that kind of thing. So I hope that you will see the inspiration. The sketch was by Shayla Kolchitsky. I think that's right. I'm so sorry, Shayla, if it is not. But anyway, and I am using Felicity Jane. Many of you probably are aware that Felicity Jane is out of business. This was from the Collie collection, and I have the whole collection, I believe, even the stamps, and I wanted to use the stamps, and it didn't work out for this layout, but I will definitely be using them because they're really cute on a future layout. So for Annette's 500 subscriber hop, she had a pick 5 for us. So I am going to be, and I wanted to use the stamped images as part of my pick 5, but like I said, it wasn't going to work out on this layout because of the papers that I chose, and I just didn't have anything that was going to work for that. So the 5 things that I did pick was retro color scheme, which she said retro, and I'm adding that the retro is the color scheme. I'm also going to use ink. I'm going to use enamel dots and stickers and die cuts. And you saw that I showed you some new dies that I have just received, and I cut those up off screen. So I have several florals that I thought worked really pretty with this. I'm using some of the papers, obviously some of the solids from this collection to cut those with. And I cut the strips of paper off screen, and you can see here I have a couple of branding strips as well. One of them is not from Collie, it was from a different collection. I'm not sure which one. The top and bottom are 4.5-inch strips, and then the 2 branding strips, and then I cut the other 2 pieces, that gold, that yellow gold, and the pink polka dot there. Those were probably 2.5-inch, which I covered part of it up. So I was going to show you my chain stitch, and I'm off screen, so I didn't leave it on. I cut most of that out, but you can see chain stitching tutorials on lots of my other videos. If you are interested, you can click on my playlist that I have here on my channel that is all for hand stitching. I love how the hand stitching looks, and I was very sad to cover so much of it up, but that is part of it, and I do enjoy it, so it's a lot of fun. So I'm putting some of my dies together. I use my fingernail to kind of curl up the petals. I love these dies. They are stitched flowers, and if I will try and put the name of those. I know I got them at scrapbook.com, but I'm not for sure now what the name is. But I will write that in the description box if you are interested in those. I don't have affiliate links or anything like that, but I'll put the name of them and you can look them up. So I'm going to place a cluster up here at the top. She didn't have a banner up at the top, but I wanted to use this banner. It was a festive day. I'm using the title Celebrate, and we did celebrate this baby dedication and of course Mother's Day. So I'm going to fiddle around with these a little bit, play with them, and here just real shortly I am going to get everything kind of how I think I want it, but I'm tired of everything moving every time I lay something down, so I go off camera and glue some of it down and then I'll come back to it. All of these florals are so cute. There's even more than what I cut out. Lots of different styles. I thought these ones that I chose matched this paper, which also matches Addie's dress so well. I love the little corduroy hearts up there too. That was part of this collection, and I'm using 2 different colors of those. Getting all of my florals kind of bent up, and I don't use near as many of the die cuts that I had pulled out of the package to use, but I will save the rest of those for another layout. I have quite a few collections, and I definitely need to be using more of these. They're so sweet. So you see that label there, and I am going to try and stamp on that, and I wanted to use one of the stamps that said "So Happy" out of this collection from Felicity Jane, but I didn't like how it was stamping, so I pulled this stamp out, and it says "Wonderful," but I don't like how it stamped either. And I had practiced, and it was stamping fine, but when I went to do it on the label, it wasn't very pretty. I didn't like it. So I am going to remedy that with a sticker here in a minute, and you can see here that I do have some things glued down, and I kind of changed how I did the bottom right there. I'm going to put that little journaling block or circle, as the case may be. I'm going to put that down here farther down and make that more into 2 separate clusters. So my journaling is a little bit lower. And I did that mostly just because I was covering up all of the stitching on that side and I just didn't want to. So I kind of like how this looks. It makes it, you know, more of a balance since I have the banner up at the top. I'm going to have a playlist for you linked up below for the 30 days of sketches, and also for Annette's, who is Wayfaring Panda. I think I already said that here on YouTube, for her 500 subscriber celebration. I just had mine, and in fact, they will be having winners announced today. So if you are new here and you are just joining me through one of these hops, I thank you so much, and I am giving away a couple of prizes today for those who watched that 500 subscriber hop that I had just a couple of weeks ago, and I am very thankful to all of you who have watched my videos and who have subscribed, and I appreciate that so much, and I'm definitely happy to celebrate with anyone else who reaches that milestone. It's just a fun thing to feel like people are being inspired by your work, and you know, maybe creating on their own with something that they saw you do. So it's just a good feeling, and I appreciate that, and I definitely want to help anybody else who's reaching that celebrate as well. So here's where I'm going to use this ink, and it's actually called Picket Fence Paper Splatter. It's kind of maybe thicker than what you would consider ink. I don't know. It's so shimmery. It's kind of like between mica spray, and that was one of them that we could choose. It's kind of between mica spray and ink. It's my favorite gold, however, And it even works really, really well on these types of printed papers because it sits on top, doesn't soak down in, and it has the most gorgeous shimmer and shine. So that is what I use if I'm using gold. And I actually did buy that same ink or whatever you want to call it. It's paper splatter. I don't know if you would consider it ink, but I actually bought that in several colors, and I haven't used very many of the other ones yet, but I will be because I really like this. I'm going to add in some of the sequins that came with this collection just for a couple of little bitty hearts, flowers, and I chose just the white ones. I really didn't like how the pink ones matched as well, so I'm just using the white ones on this. And I really like how that turns out. I hope you will check out what everybody else has done, and definitely check out what Tara did with her Felicity Jane stuff today. And check back with me later on today for the winners of the 2 giveaways that I'm doing. I really appreciate you very much for joining me today, and I will be back again soon with another layout. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.